And I hope you know that not every CEO, not every business owner is a CEO. I hope you know that. Oh yes, there are rules now. There are a couple of habits that you should develop before you can be called a CEO. I mean, you are not time conscious and you think you're a great CEO. Every day you set meetings for 9 o'clock, you show up at 10:45. There's some principles that you have to learn. And one of them is punctuality. Another major principle you need to learn is communication. And I like to call it effective communication. And here's what Sigmund Freud had to say. He says, it takes 5 years to learn effective communication. 5 years to learn it. So a lot of times you are talking in your organization, you are the only person who understands, but everybody's hearing you. And they are nodding their heads to say, okay. Now, what I'm trying to teach you is how to honestly communicate with people. The first thing you want to do is you want to identify the generation that they are. So, you know, these days we hear a lot of things, millennials and all of that. I like to zone them, Generation X, Y, and Z. Generation X are people that were born between 1921 to 1969. Those are your baby boomers. Generation Y are people that were born from 1970 to 1999. And Generation Z are people that were born from 2000 to date. The guys in Generation X, first and foremost, were detailed-oriented people. They loved processes. That's why civil service was big in their time. So they knew that if you came in on level 7, it would take you 10 years to get to level 27. They waited. They were patient. They were not bloody risk takers. So if you have these guys in your organization, you must learn their traits so that you know how to manage them. You can't have a Generation X guy and you're treating him like Generation Z. And that's why for some of you who work in structured environments, your board chairman still does not understand why they are doing remote work. You need to clearly understand how to communicate with Generation X. And let me talk about Generation Y. Now, these guys are risk takers. We are not process driven. We are more profitable people. We like money doubling. These guys, they are very, very, they are risk takers. You know, they can demo the consequences. You know, well, not critically totally risk takers. I think Generation Z guys are better when it comes to risk. Those guys have no, what do you call them, Gen Z. I think they're just pros and cons in working with Gen Zs. They are unique in their own way, just as everybody is here. But you have to do a lot of explanation when working with a Gen Z. You know, your parents sometimes just flogged you and said, if you ever try it again. But now, if you have children, after flogging your child, he's going to ask you, why did you hit me? Except they are naive. But he's going to ask you, it means that something is changing. Oh yes,